Welcome to another edition of the eSpot with Camille. The eSpot is your location for the latest in entertainment, beauty, and design from the people who make it. Thanks for joining.
We're here with the iconic voice Daniel Ross. You've done a lot of different fun voices. How do you switch up all these different characters, or even come up with your characters?
I don't know. It's really strange in here. It's warm and cozy, but there's lots of sounds that come out of me, and I've been doing them since I was a little kid, and I've channeled it in such a way that now I can make monies. And so it's wonderful. I love what I do. I love the characters that I have the good fortune to voice, and it's just been an incredible journey, making people smile and getting to make a living doing it. It's incredible.
So you've done everything from the Gremlins, Genshin Impact, McDonald's characters, a little bit of everything. So when you do these different characters, how do you stay in character even when you have a longer shift or so on? Like, how do you maintain that voice?
Yeah, sometimes you have multiple sessions in a day and you're jumping from one character to the other. And those are the most fun for me because it's a challenge. But, I always used to entertain my friends and be the life of the party and do lots of voices just as a party favor. And now I get to do that for other people and for these amazing properties. But Donald Duck, huge part of my life. I started doing Donald's voice when I was 3 because my mom taught me how to do it. She would do it with her mother and tell her horrible things when she would try to get out of the bathroom. And then she gave it to me, and that was our love language. And so it was really special between the two of us. And then other characters like Lucky the Leprechaun. I loved Lucky Charms cereal growing up. I'm repping the brand. I would pick out all the marshmallows and I would mush them into a ball and I would eat the ball. And then it looked like I murdered a unicorn because of all the colors on my hands. It was ridiculous. But I have, warm places in my heart for all the characters that I voice. And it's just a joy and a privilege.
Now, since you've done so many different characters, is there any character that I guess a lot of them are kind of, I don't even know how to say the right word. They're characters. They're not like your natural voice to some extent. So do you ever somewhere and use your voice to maybe make reservations or get like pushed to the top of the line? Because that's one of the joys, I think, for voice actors. You get a lot of the benefits without having to do or having to worry about TMZ catching you at the airport. So
So a lot of what I've fallen into in my journey is what we call legacy characters, something that has been voiced from other people and handed down from like one generation to the next. Donald Duck is 91 years old, and people often look at me and say, "You're not that old," and I say, "I moisturize." But there's been 3 of us in 91 years: Clarence Ducky Nash, Tony Anselmo, and then myself. And so, Grimace has been done by many people. Lucky the Leprechaun has been done. So I'm fortunate to just step in and do that. But yeah, these are really vibrant, larger than life characters. And when I get a chance to do something that's more in my range, of course, I relish that like anything. But as an actor, I just like to work,
So you mentioned your legacy characters. For the characters you have to come up with, maybe pitch your own ideas. How do you come up with those?
So a lot of it comes from real life. So if there's a character like a person I knew at an old job somewhere, I might take a little flavor of that voice and mix it with another voice, or take a celebrity and mix it with another celebrity and just see what happens. And sometimes it's pure magic. Like you discover something completely new, but you never know until you're given the opportunity, and you audition all the time and you hope it sticks. And so, that's the life of an actor.
Now, for those people who want to get into voice acting, what tips do you have for them? Because you said your mom taught you, but for those that may not have a mom that can help teach them, what advice would you give them?
Well, my mom taught me Donald Duck, but she encouraged me. She encouraged my shenanigans. And I got into all kinds of trouble when I was a kid. I was doing prank phone calls and getting out of school. And yeah, now I use my powers for good. But as far as getting into the business is concerned, I would always say study traditional acting, theater acting in particular, because everything is larger than life. You have to perform, past the proscenium to the people in the back of the audience most of the time. So there's a lot of larger than life aspects to that I think incorporate. And then there's, film technique. What do I do with my hands? It's behind my eyes? We're being small. We're being small. There's lots of different things that you incorporate into voice acting. And so I look at it as kind of like you've progressed from one performance medium to the next. And with voice acting, you take your entire physicality away and it's just you channel it through your voice. And so it's not very easy. You must train. So study traditional acting, do scene study work, try to do some community theater if you can, and improv. Oh my goodness, improv. Learning to play in the moment, listening and reacting. It's crucial to this kind of business because when you're in this position and you are auditioning 5, 10, 20 times a day, you just have to think on your feet. And so improv is crucial to that. So that's what I would suggest. And then find a coach, someone who is working in the industry to help guide you through that process.
So since you brought it up, are you coaching, and how do people get in touch with you if you are? In case any listeners are willing to well, they wouldn't dare try to take your job, but if you're something that you're like, oh, I can't do this, let me throw it this way to one of my teammates or classes or students that I have.
I have been invited to do workshops. I will do them when asked. It's not something that I really decided, hey, I want to be an acting coach, but a lot of people come to me and have the same questions. And so if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, actordanielross.com, and sign up there. So I'd be happy to work with you and offer whatever knowledge I have in this crazy brain of mine.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for stopping by the E-Spot with Camille. And so much.
I like what you've done with the E-Spot. It's very nice in here. Thank you for the invite.
I do what I can. Thanks for stopping by, Raleigh.
My pleasure. Thank you.